So this is some more practice on factoring. They give you this problem right here, 24t plus 8h, and they want you to find the equivalent expressions based on these three factors here. And so we're going to look at some tips to figure out what, because there are multiple answers, and so it's not a complete factor, it's just a partial factor log. So we want to see which one of these is equivalent to that based on the partial factors. So to do that, the key is to look at the number in front. And that is the number that we're going to reduce this by and see if it gives us the same thing on the inside. So let's look at the first one. We have 24t minus 8h. And since the number out front is a 2, we're going to divide both of these by 2. And so if we divide this by 2, that gives us 12t. And if we divide this by 2, it gives us 4h. We bring down the negative and we put the 2 out front. And so, did that give us the same thing here? Yes, it did. So this would be an answer. Now, let's look at the next one. We're going to divide by 4 this time. So, 24t minus 8h, and if we divide by 4, that will give us 6t minus 2h, and we put the 4 out front. And this one's not an answer because this is missing the h. So no go on the B. Then let's look at the last one. We have 24t minus 8h, and this time we have an 8. So we're going to divide both of these by 8. And so if we do that, that gives us 3t minus 1h. We put an 8 out front. And if there is no number in front of the variable, you can put a 1 right there. So it is the same thing. And so C is a possible answer, and A is a possible answer. B is not because it's missing the variable h. All right, next up. This time, we have 3 instead of just 2. And so it's the same process. We're going to take this 3 and divide each one of these and see if it gives us the same thing. So, 24 divided by 3 plus 30d divided by 3, well, minus 42e divided by 3. That gives us 8 plus 10d minus 14e, and then you put the 3 out front, and that does give us the same thing. The other way you could solve these to see if it's going to be equivalent is to simply take the 3 and distribute it, kind of like what we did earlier. So 3 times 8 is 24, 3 times 10 is 30d, 3 times negative 14 is 42e. Either way will give you ability to see if it's going to be the same answer. So, same thing we can do for this one. We can simply just take the 6 and distribute it. 6 times 4 is 24, 6 times 5 is 30, 6 times 7 is 42e, but this one is not correct because of that. Now, we could also do it the other way and do what we did here, which is to divide each of these by that 6. So 24 divided by 6, 30d divided by 6, 42e divided by 6. And so 24 divided by 6 is 4, plus 5d, and then plus 7e. Once again, this knocks that one out because you need a minus sign there. And then last but not least, let's try 24 divided by 2 plus 30d divided by 2 plus 42e divided by 2. And when we do that, that gives us 12 plus 15d. Oops. I should have put a minus sign there. And then 42 divided by 20 by 2 is a negative 21e. And then we put the 2 there. Let me clean that number up there, make it a little easier to read. So 12 plus 15d minus 21e with a factor of 2, which is the same as that. So answers are A and C. So thanks for reviewing factoring. Remember, factoring and Schubert property are interwoven because they're the opposite of each other. And once you start learning one, the other one also helps you solve and double check your work. If you have any questions, you can catch me on Monday and Friday from 1 to 3 during open office hours, or you can ask questions during class. Have a nice day.